Yeah, good evening session. Yes, guys, good evening. Yeah, good evening, virtual. Okay, so we'll start the session. Today we're going to discuss about architecture of Unix. Okay, architecture of Unix. Based on Unix architecture, Linux machines also it will work. Okay, so based on Unix architecture, so Linux machines also it will work. Clear? So now we'll start the session. Okay, Rahul. Yeah, I'll inform to the Shyam Garu and then he will send the new course content. Don't worry, okay? Guys, in chat box, I am unable to keep because I need to upload the content into the Google Cloud and then we need to share to you people. Okay, so tomorrow we'll do. So if you didn't get the like course content from management, then I will share you tomorrow. Okay? Okay. So let's start the session, guys. So today we're going to discuss about architecture of Unix. Architecture of Unix. Please concentrate. So here, so what is the operating system, guys? What is the operating system? Yeah, that is what I'm already shared the PDF to Shyam Garu, and then I don't know why he sent like whole course content. Yeah, this is an interface. Operating system is an interface between user and computer hardware components. Yes, operating system is an interface between user and computer hardware components. It's a hardware. This is a hardware, and then who is this? And user. So user. Okay. So user is unable to interact with the hardware components directly. That's it, guys. So user is unable to interact with hardware components. So user doesn't know the machine language. So he's unable to interact with the hardware components. So what we need, guys? Generally, we require operating system. So coming to operating system. So the user, how he's trying to interact with the hardware components. We are discussing about Linux operating system. In Linux, how you're going to communicate with the hardware? Yes, guys, using some commands. That's it, no? So using some commands. So clear. So using commands, we are trying to interacting with the hardware components. So commands, for example, cat, so list, like this, we'll have few commands. So we want to use this command. We'll try to interact with this hardware component. So command, you can say it's one utility. Command is a one utility. You can say it's a one utility. User is executing the utilities. That means commands. Okay. So thus what we are thinking, if the user executing the command it is interact with the hardware component and finally we are getting the result on top of the monitor like this people are thinking. Yes, that's it guys. Most of the people what they are thinking, I'm executing the command. The command it is directly interacting with the hardware components and then the hardware it is performing some task and it is providing the result like this. No, guys. Command, it doesn't know the hardware language. Command is a one predefined program. So command is a one predefined program. It's a one program. So generally, where we are going to execute the programs, guys. So generally, if you write the program with the help of C language, we are going to execute the program into the C itself only. Yes. So this is one predefined program. It's a one predefined program. The program, it will be executed into the shell. Shell. So user, he doesn't know the hardware language. He doesn't know the hardware language. So user, how he's communicating with the hardware in the sense using some commands. So user is going to execute few commands, and the command also it doesn't know the hardware language. It doesn't know the hardware language. So command, it's a predefined program. Already we'll have few programs into our operating system. We are executing these programs. So this program, it doesn't know the hardware language. The program where it will be executed in a sense, it will be executed into the shell. So what is a shell? Shell is a one interpreter. Shell is a one interpreter, guys. So what type of interpreter languages will have? Yes, guys. What type of interpreter languages will have? Whose belongs to programmings like Java, C, C++? How many people here belongs to Java and C, C++? So what is the difference between interpreter language and general programming language? So what is interpreter? Yes, guys. So do you know? Yes, no. If you doesn't know, we'll teach you. Yeah, very good. Muhammad Irfan, Python and Ruby, and then these types of languages are interpreter languages. It doesn't have any compiler. Directly can execute the commands, directly can execute the code into that particular Python and then Perl and Ruby. These kind of languages are interpreter languages. Like the same way, like the like the same way, here we'll have the shell environment. We'll have the shell environment. Okay. So we'll have the shell environment. Yes, your guess is right, Irfan, Muhammad Irfan. So it's good. Okay. So interpreter is mediator between hardware and user. Okay. So interpreter languages also will have like the same way. See, shell also it doesn't know the hardware language, guys. Shell also it doesn't know the hardware language. Okay. So now here coming to shells, we'll have different types of shells. How we'll have the different types of programs, how we'll have the different types of programs, like the same way, programming languages, like the same way, we'll have the different types of shell environments. So coming to latest shell environment from RHEL 7.0 onwards, Red Hat Enterprises, Linux 7.0 onwards, will have the bash shell. So bash full form, born again shell. Born again shell. It's the latest shell from RHEL 7.0. In latest, each and every operating systems having bash shell only. So born again shell. Okay. So I hope you got it, guys. So born again shell will have as such this is old shell. Okay. As such, in older version will have as such shell, born shell. Okay. Born again shell and it's a born shell. Okay. Born again shell and it's a born shell. Clear? So this is bash, it's a born again shell. It's a SS born shell. So born shell. Okay. Clear, guys? BSH full form. BSH full form born again shell. Okay. So SH full form born shell. Okay. Then apart from this, we'll have C shell, K shell. We'll have the different types of shells, guys. KSH, CSH. So like this, shells will have. Okay. So CSH, okay. KSH shells will have. So clear. So now the latest shell and RHEL 7.0 onwards will have the bash shell. This shell also we are executing from RHEL 7.0 onwards. We are executing bash programs. What type of programs? Bash programs and try to execute it. The bash program it will be executing into the bash shell. This shell also it doesn't know the hardware language. The shell also it doesn't know the hardware language. Okay, so we need one interface that is called kernel. Okay, so we'll have the one interface called kernel. So kernel is a one interface. It's a one core operating system. It's a heart of the operating system. Okay, clear guys. So kernel So kernel is an interface between shell and hardware. Okay. So kernel is an interface between shell and hardware. So it's a core operating system. It's a heart of the operating system. Okay. So Linux kernel. It's a core operating system. So core operating system. It's a heart of the operating system. Okay. Coming to kernel, we'll have two types of kernel. So it's a core operating system. You can say it's a core OS. Okay, it's a heart of the operating system. It's a heart of the operating system. Clear? Coming to kernel, we'll have two types of kernel. One is monokernel. Okay, so monokernel it will be available in Linux-like machines, like Unix-like machines. You can say Linux-like machines will have the monokernel, and each and every operating system having one kernel version, guys. Microkernel. So microkernel, so it will be available into the Windows-like operating system. To know the kernel version in Linux, I doesn't know in Windows. Okay. To know the kernel version in Linux, you name hyphen a r, you name space hyphen a r, okay, hyphen r you can give hyphen a r hyphen r. So there's options you can provide. Hyphen a also you can give. So hyphen r also you can give. You will get the kernel version. Here, kernel is a one interface between shell and hardware. You know very well about hardware language as well as shell language. So kernel is a core operating system. It's a heart of the operating system. So we have two types of kernels. One is monokernel and then microkernel. So Linux-like machines having monokernel. To know the kernel version into Linux, you name hyphen a r. If you want, you can use you name hyphen r also. So in Windows-like machines, we'll have the microkernel. Okay. So coming to kernel, it will manage some information. So coming to kernel, it will manage some information. So what type of information the kernel it will manage, then we'll see now. Okay. So let's see here. So it will manage device information. Okay. So let's see here. So device information. So dev information, multitasking information, information, and then file system information. And then file system information. So device information, so multitasking information, and then file system information. So those three, it will manage by whom? Kernel. Clear guys? Those three informations, it will manage by kernel. Okay. So kernel, it will manage device information, multitasking information, and then file system information. So it will manage by kernel. So kernel is a heart of the operating system. It's a core operating system. So we have two types of kernels. One is mono, another one is micro. Linux-like machines will have mono kernel, and to know the kernel version into the Linux, so we should execute this command called uname hyphen a r. Otherwise, if you want, you can use hyphen r also. Uname hyphen r also you can use. Then you will get the kernel version. So clear. So I hope you got it, guys. So kernel, you know very well about shell language as well as hardware language. This is one interface. Now, what I'm doing in a sense, I'm trying to executing one command. Otherwise, I'm trying to executing one task. For example, I'm providing the one task to the machine. 1 plus 1 is equal to. So user, he was executed one command. Using this command, he was provided one task to the operating system. So the command it will be executed into the shell, and the shell it is carried forward into the kernel, and then kernel will provide to the hardware components, and inside the hardware will have the one peripheral called processor. So processor, what it will do? It will perform the arithmetical logical calculation. So for example, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 like this. And it's carry forwarding the result to the kernel, and kernel is provided to the shell, and finally we'll get the result on top of the monitor. Clear, guys? So this is a way like so you need differences between kernel and shell. So this is the architecture of Unix, guys. Generally, walnut will have na walnut. अखरोट guys, अखरोट पता है ना आप लोगों को walnut. Hmm? So walnut having shell. Shell means one protection layer on top of the walnut. Inside the shell, what will have? Kernel. Will have the walnut related what we say बीज को क्या बोलेंगे? So I hope you got it. Shell, it will be one interpreter. We are trying to executing the commands into the interpreter. The interpreter, he doesn't know the hardware language. Because of that reason, the core operating system, it is going to help us. Guys, the kernel is a very important. Without kernel, you doesn't have the operating system. See, if you purchase the walnut, so you should have the some like उसके अंदर बीज को क्या बोलेंगे यार इंग्लिश में मेरे को समझ याद नहीं आ रहा है. Okay, so clear. I hope you got it now. So this is a main important nut जो भी है seed whatever if you want to can say. Okay, I hope you clear. Somebody will ask the question now. What is the difference between shell and kernel? Yeah, okay. So clear, guys. Now we are going to execute the commands. It will be executing into the interpreter. The interpreter to carry forward into the kernel. Kernel is a core operating system. Without kernel, so we doesn't have the operating system. Okay. So we are using some kernel version in RHEL 7.0, maybe 3.10 version we are using. You need to upgrade the version from 7.0 to 8.0 in the sense. So no need to uninstall the operating system, no need to reinstall the 8.0. Just you can update the kernel version, that is enough. If you're having the bugs into the 7.0, they refix the bugs and then they release the 7.0 now. So we need to upgrade from 7.0 to 8.0. No need to uninstall the 7.0. No need to install again 8.0. Simply you can update the kernel version. You get the new kernel version from internet. If you're using CentOS, in CentOS it is possible, but in RHEL it is not possible. We need to take a subscription. Okay, and then you can download the new kernel version. You can update it, and then you will get the new version of the operating system. Clear, guys? So I hope you got it now. What is a kernel? Yeah. So good, guys. So this is all about architecture of Unix. If you want, you can make a note. So if you want, you can take a snap. This is architecture of Unix. So please take a snap. So how to take a snap? I hope you know. We'll have the print SE key in our keyboard. Just you can so press that keyboard. Thus, in our keyboard, press that particular key. PRTSC will have. So find this key in your keyboard. PRTSC. In your laptop, in your desktop, will have the keyboard. No? So in keyboard, we'll have print SC, print scan like this, you can say. So you can hit that key and then open the paint, and then Control V to paste. Okay, Control V to paste. So if you want, I will show you. So copy and then paint, paint, open this paint, and then Control V. That's it. Inside the paint, then Control V. So then you will get the screenshot. Clear? I'm not going to save this. So like this, you can take a screenshot. Okay, I hope you're clear about architecture of Unix. Based on Unix architecture, Unix KSH full form corn shell, CHS full form C shell, corn shell, KORN, corn shell and C shell. Okay. कुछ भी नहीं यार. So just we'll have the one key in our keyboard called PRTSC. Hit that key. Okay. And open paint. Paint. So paint will have now. Open this paint and then Control V to save this screenshot. Control V. That's it. Okay. I don't know much about the phone and these all stuff, guys. So I doesn't have the much knowledge about phone. If you want to can take. Okay. We are not going to work on shell. We work with the operating system. This is some states we'll have while you are trying to executing the command. The process will be happening. We'll have the one chapter called process management, operating system process management. Don't worry. At the time, I will tell you. So we are executing some task. That means one program. The program it will be executing into the shell. And then this is a core operating system kernel. It is providing this like instruction. What we are providing the instruction to the operating system. So it is given to the hardware components. And then inside the hardware will have the processor. The processor will perform the arithmetical logical calculation. Finally, it will provide the output to us on top of the monitor. Okay, you can write shell scripts. So shell script means shell programs only. These commands are already predefined, and according to your requirement, you are going to write the programs and then scripts. Okay. Anwar Ali. Okay, guys. So let's start installation. So I'm going to install the operating system now in virtual machine. So guys, do you know about virtual machines? So what is virtualization? So what is a virtual machine and these all stuff? So what type of virtual machines we'll have and these all stuff, you know? Yes, guys. Doesn't know? Yeah, okay. So no issues. So let's see here. So virtualization, it's a one revolution in our technology. Okay. So guys, how many operating systems we can install into the one physical machine? Yes, guys. How many operating system we can able to install? Only one. We can install multiple operating system, maybe 2 or 3 operating system we can install, but at a time we can able to use only one operating system. That's it, no? Maybe you have the 2 operating system into your laptop. One is Linux, another one is Windows. But at a time we can able to open only one operating system. Yes. So now my intention is I need to work with a multiple operating system at a time. I need to work with multiple operating system at a time. Then how? If you're using dual boot operating system, you're going to use only one operating system. So because of that reason, they introduced to us some third-party applications. Some third-party application. So virtualization. application they introduced to us. For example, so let's see here. We have Windows vendor. Okay, Windows is a one service provider. So Windows is providing hypervisor, Hyper-V you can say. Linux, it's providing KVM, kernel-based virtual machine. These are all the softwares, guys. We need to download the softwares from the internet. Okay. If you're using as a base operating system Linux, so you can will have the by default KVMs, kernel-based virtual machine. Oracle, Oracle VirtualBox, Oracle VirtualBox. Here, Oracle vendor is providing VirtualBox. VMware. So VMware, I'm using Workstation. So we'll have the different types of applications, virtualization application VMware is providing for us. Workstation, vSphere, vClient, Fusion. So different types of virtualization application they're providing. Guys, I have the laptop. Maybe I'm using Lenovo laptop and you people are using Dell laptops and some people they're using some different vendor laptop. So laptop is the one product and different vendors they're providing for us. Like the same way, virtualization software they are providing different vendor according to their requirement. Okay. So if you want to can purchase according to your requirement, if you want to can purchase like a hypervisor. So hypervisor it's not open source. KVM is open source and VirtualBox also open source. And workstation also it's not open source. We need to purchase the license keys. Okay. I have the license keys, don't worry. So minimum, so we need to install the 7.0 in the sense we should have the 12 Pro, otherwise 15 Pro. 15.5 Pro. You need to install 8.0 RHL 8.0 operating system. Since we should have the 15.5 Pro minimum. So nowadays they introduced to us 16 also, but it doesn't have the 16 keys. So I would install 15.5 Pro workstation into my base machine. Base machine is a Windows machine. I'm using Windows 10 as a base machine. So inside this Windows 10, I installed VMware Workstation. So let's see, I will show you. This is VMware Workstation 15.5 Pro. So you can download this software from the internet. Okay, it's not a big deal. You can download the software from internet, directly visit to the VMware site. Okay, so and then you can download it. And if you require the keys, I will provide you. Don't worry. So I have the keys, 15.5 Pro keys I will provide you. Okay. So it's not a big deal, guys. Directly can go to the like VMware site. If you're unable to download, then you can tell me. I will share one link, my personal link, and then you can download the software from that particular link. So image file and then VMware Workstation 15.5 Pro, both the softwares you can download from that particular link. So try to get from internet. If it is not getting, then you can tell me tomorrow. Then I will share one link, and then you can download the VMware Workstation from that link along with the keys. Okay. So I hope you got it, guys. So we need to download the software and we need to install. After installing the software, so you will get like this icon on top of the desktop. So VMware Workstation Pro. Okay. So if you open this VMware Workstation Pro, in this virtual machine, I'm trying to installing the operating system, guys. You can install the n number of the operating system. It's not like this. Only Linux we need to install. You can install any operating system, anyways, apart from Mac. Apart from Mac, you can install any operating system. It may be Windows, it may be Linux. You will have the 800 and plus flavors in Linux you can install. There is no issues. Okay. See, we have these many of operating system actually. So I was installed many operating system before. So we'll have these many of operating system. Now I'm trying to creating one virtual machine. So virtual machine means we are dividing one physical machine into multiple virtual machines. Okay, this is my laptop, guys. The laptop having physical peripherals. Yes, RAM, processor, hard disk, these types of peripherals will have in my laptop. I'm trying to, so sharing this laptop peripherals virtually into virtual machine. I'm trying to creating the virtual machine now using this software. Using this software, VMware Workstation 15.5 Pro. Okay. So now how to create the virtual machine, we'll see. How we need to install the operating system into the virtual machine. So both we'll see now. So first of all, what I'm doing is since I'm trying to creating the one new virtual machine. So guys, if you observe, we'll have an option on top of the desktop, create a new virtual machine. So click this, create a new virtual machine. Create a new virtual machine. Click this, and then you will get one window here. See here, new virtual machine wizard. I hope you're getting guys. Do you have any doubts, any questions? Yes, VMware is not free. I'll provide this like license keys. Don't worry, yes. Sufyan, okay? So, Irfan, I hope you're getting yes. And some people are asking. Okay. Okay. So, what about remaining people's guys? So, guys, if you're having any doubt, please you can let me know. Then I will explain you again. Don't worry. So, my intention is what I'm trying to teaching to you peoples you need to get, not 70%, 80%. What I'm trying to teaching to you peoples, 100% you need to get. That is my intention. Please, if you're having any doubts, let me know. So, don't worry. Okay. It is showing workstation 12 Pro. You can update it. There is no, you will have the option, update option, you can update it. So, 1 minute, guys. Yes, can you hear me? You can install 16 Pro, but you need to take a subscription again. Okay. They're not going to provide like a free subscription, so we won't get the like cash. So I have the 15.5 Pro keys. Because of that reason, I'm trying to sharing to you people. Okay. I doesn't have any Windows product, guys. It's a genuine version. I got this operating system from my laptop itself only. Okay. How we can update? So let's see here. Go to help, and then we'll have the software updates. Okay. Click this and you will get the update. Okay. So guys, please concentrate. So create new virtual machine. So create new virtual machine. And then, so if you click this option, so what we need to do, I'm trying to creating the one new virtual machine inside the VMware. So create a new virtual machine, and then you'll get one wizard like this, new virtual machine wizard. And we'll have two options here. One is typical, another one is custom. So typical and custom. So you can go for typical, doesn't require any custom option here. So if you want, you can use custom also. If you require like older version, so then you can use the older versions also, there is no issues. So Fusion, Workstation 15.5 Pro, and if you require previous versions of the like Workstation, you can use ESXi servers also, you can use, there is no issues. Real-time servers, ESXi servers also you can use, okay? So we'll have the different versions here. So but doesn't require, so I'm going to use only typical. So if I'm using typical option, by default it will take 15.5 Pro. Okay. So by default it will take 15.5 Pro version. Okay. Give next. Give next. Guys, please concentrate, otherwise you can take a snapshot. So first what we need to do, we need to create the virtual. We need to click virtual machine and we need to choose typical radio button. This is one radio button. You can say it's a radio button. So we need to choose typical radio button and then give next. Give next. And then guest operating system installation. So guest operating system installation will have three options, guys. Install from, installer desk. So if you try to installing the operating system with the help of DVD, then you can choose this and you can choose the DVD drive here. So if you try to installing the operating system with the help of image file, ISO image file, you can use this option installer disk image file ISO. And I'm not installing any operating system at present. I'm trying to creating only one virtual machine. That's it, one empty virtual machine, blank virtual machine. So you need to create the one blank empty virtual machine instance. You should use this option. I will install the operating system later. I'll install the operating system later. Okay. So choose this last option. So this radio button you can choose. Okay. I will install the operating system later. Clear? Then give next. Give next. Then what type of operating system I need to install into this virtual machine? So I'm going to define the like guest operating system now. So if you require Microsoft Windows operating system, you can choose this Microsoft Windows, and then we'll have the different types of like operating systems here. So Windows 10, Windows 10, 32-bit and 8, 7, Vista, Home Edition, so 2000, NT, 2016, 2012, and these all the operating systems will have. Okay. So Windows 3.1 also will have, guys. Windows 3.1, 95, 98, me. These all the like client operating systems as well as server operating system. Both will have here. Okay. But what type of operating system we are installing, guys? Now I'm trying to installing the Linux now. I'm not going to bother about the Windows. So this is Linux client. So because of that reason, I'm going to choose this option Linux. So Linux radio button we need to choose. So we should choose Linux radio button. Okay. So choose this Linux radio button, and then we'll have the n number of the flavors in Linux here. See here. We'll have the n number of the flavors here. Okay, CentOS, CentOS 8.0. And I'm trying to installing RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux 764-bit. Red Hat Enterprise Linux 764-bit I'm trying to install. If you want to, we'll install 8.0 also, there is no issues. It doesn't have the much differences between 8.0 and 7.0. So what type of operating system you need, tell me, then we are going to install that type of operating system only. There is no difference. Okay. So better to use 7.0 because in real-time environment, people they're using still 7.0. Okay. So Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7.0 and 64-bit operating system I'm trying to installing here. Okay. So give next. select the operating system type and then give next. And you can provide the virtual machine name here. You can provide virtual machine name. So you can give any name, guys, server, client, or your name also you can give. There is no issues. I'm trying to providing RHEL as a name per this operating system. Okay. And installation location. So I have the space into the C drive. I'm continuing into the C drive itself only. If it doesn't have the space, okay. If it doesn't have the space, I didn't get you, Muhammad Irfan. So what you are trying to asking? Snap? Can I continue? Yes, Irfan. Which one? Which one you are asking? Okay, you need to take a snaps. Okay, okay. So let's see here. So we can take a snap here. This is the first snap. Okay. Then this is the next snap. Okay. Just select this option. I will install the operating system later. So please, I hope you're clear. Finish. Next. There's a third snap. So we should select Linux and then here version Red Hat Enterprise Linux 764-bit. Finish. Okay. Next. Then this is fourth snap. Here we need to provide the virtual machine name and we should select the location. If it doesn't have the much space into the C drive, you can browse and you can select the different drive according to your requirement. But I'm trying to preparing like C drive only. I'm installing the virtual machine. If you can click browse and then you will get all the options. You can select the any drive. So you can install the operating system into the any drive. Okay. So next. Okay. Yeah, welcome, my friend. And by default, it will provide 20 GB, guys. By default, it will provide 20 GB. So now what I'm doing in a sense, I'm trying to providing 40 GB because in future we are discussing about the disk management concepts. So going forward, so we'll have the disk management concept for that. So we require some space to create the partition. So because of the recommended is 20 GB, 20 GB is enough, but I'm trying to providing 40 GB space here. Okay. And then here we'll have two more options. One is store virtual disk as a single file. Another option is split virtual disk into the multiple files. So guys, this option you can use if you're trying to providing the more than 500 GB, 1 TB space into virtual machine hard disk. So at the time you can give the space, split virtual disk into the multiple files. If you use this option, so easily you can able to take a backup. So here we are providing only like small amount of the space, like 40 GB only. So better to go this option, that is enough. Store virtual disk into as a single file. So select this option, store virtual disk as a single file. Clear? Next. So see here before finish. So if you want, you can take a snap. Finish. So custom hardware. So before finish, and we need to use custom hardware. We need to click custom hardware. Here you can find out all the peripherals. So virtual peripherals, memory. So memory, 2 GB. So 2 GB is enough, guys. For 7.0 is enough. If you're 0, you need to keep 4 GB. Okay. 16 GB. Like taking 2 GB virtually into this virtual machine. And then processor cores. I have 4-core processor into my laptop. Okay, i3 4-core processor. Okay, I'm trying to providing 2 cores for this virtual machine. 2 cores. Each core is 2.0 gigahertz. Each core is 2.0 gigahertz. So we need to. I'm trying to providing the 2 cores for us. At least if we having the 2 cores, then we'll get the good performance. Okay. Then new CD and DVD. New CD and DVD. Memory 2 GB is enough for 7.0, and if you try to installing 8.0, keep 4 GB, and processor cores, 2 cores. So I have the only one processor in my laptop. Okay, so don't change the processor number. So usually, if you try to bring the practical session into your laptop, keep one processor only. Okay, so number of the core processor, 2 cores I was provided here. Okay, then CD and DVD. To whom we need to install the operating system? So which source? So like we need to install the operating system. So how to install the operating system, guys? Generally into the physical machine, we need DVD, or otherwise we need pen drive. So with the help of this pen drive, we are going to create the like bootable drive, and then using this bootable drive, we are trying to installing the operating system into the physical machine. Yes. So here also we need to use image file or DVD to install the operating system. Here new CD and DVD SATA will have. So I doesn't have any DVD because of that reason I'm not using this use physical drive. I'm trying to using this option use ISO image. I have the ISO image related to RHEL 7.0. Okay, I was downloaded this ISO image from Red Hat site itself only. So already I was downloaded this ISO image and try to accessing this ISO image from my machine, from my base machine. Okay, clear guys? Select this option, use ISO image file, and then browse this, browse and RHEL 7.0. So we need to select this image here. And then here, adapter, network adapter. So network interface, network adapter. So guys, better to keep in your machines bridge, but I'm using LAN connection here. In my home, I have the LAN connection. So directly I was connected internet through wire. Because of that reason, I'm using NAT. So if you're using Wi-Fi connectivity, use bridge connection. I hope like 90% people that are using Wi-Fi connection only, yes. So if you're using Wi-Fi connections, use bridge connection. So what is the use of this bridge connection? In a sense, if you use this bridge connection, you can able to communicate with the base machine. That means you will get the internet into your virtual machine also. Clear? If you're communicating with your base machine, always you will get the like internet into your virtual machine. Okay? Doesn't require. So if you're having the image file, that is enough. No need to make the pen drive bootable and these all stuff. If you try to installing the operating system into the physical machine, then we require bootable pen drive. Answer. Okay. So here image file is enough. So better to use bridge connection, but I'm using NAT because I'm using LAN. See here, I'm using LAN here because of that reason. So I'm using NAT connection here. Okay. So USB controls, it depends upon your laptop. You can use the like versions here. So we'll have the latest version 3.1. And then sound drivers and printer. I doesn't have any printer. I'm trying to removing the printer drivers here. Okay. So display drivers we require. That's it. Just you can close. These are settings we need to do, guys. Memory 2 GB, processor cores 2 cores, and then we need to use ISO image. I will show you. Don't worry how to download the ISO image after completing this session. Okay. So network adapter, NAT, and USB controls and sound drivers and display drivers. That's it. And close this and finish it. So click finish. Irfan, I hope you're clear. Okay. So now RHEL virtual machine, it got created. The RHEL virtual machine, it got created. So here we'll have an option like physical machine. So how you're going to start the physical machine? So without power on, can you be able to start the physical machine, guys? It is not possible. No? Like the same way here, we'll have this virtual machine. How we need to start this virtual machine? Since power on this virtual machine option will have, just you can click this. So if you click this option, the virtual machine it got started along with your image file. And I'm going to maximize this. Okay, this is maximize button. So maximize option. I'm going to maximize this. So you can maximize, you can minimize according to your requirement. Okay. So let's see guys here. I'm going to maximize. Okay. So let's select this first options. We'll have the 3 options here. Install Red Hat Enterprise Linux. I'm going to maximize. Give me 1 minute. Okay. So install Red Hat. Guys, this is a button you need to maximize. So we'll get one feel after installing the operating system into our laptop like this. Okay. So just you can maximize this. Okay. So install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7.0, test this media and install the Red Hat Enterprise 7.0 and then troubleshooting. So at present doesn't require any troubleshooting option. Guys, if you're unable to find out the mouse, use Control Alt key. Then you will get the mouse. Then you can use this options. Clear? Control Alt. Control plus Alt. Okay. Control plus Alt key you need to use to find the mouse. To find out the mouse. Okay. I want to maximize this. Okay. So here we'll have three options using this navigation keys. Navigation keys means arrow keys, guys. In our keys, we'll have the arrow keys. No? In our keyboard, we'll have the arrow keys. That is called navigation key. So install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7.0 and test this media and install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7.0 troubleshooting. So troubleshooting doesn't require at present. We are trying to installing the operating system. We doesn't have any problem with our operating system. I'm trying to installing this operating system into the virtual machine. Okay, doesn't require troubleshoot option now at present. So we'll have the two more options. Test this media and install the Red Hat Enterprise 7.0. So install Red Hat install Red Hat Enterprise 7.0. What is the difference between these both options? So test this media and install the Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7.0. If you choose this option, what will happen in the sense? It is going to check your image file. Whether your image file working properly or not, it is going to check first of all. If you're having any bugs into your image file, it is not going to allow to install the operating system. Okay, but I'm using this image file past 2.5 years, so I doesn't have any bugs into my image file. I'm using first option. Okay, install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7.0. Now the installation process it got started. Now. The installation process it got started. Now. So we need to wait few minutes. Yes, you need image file. Okay, ISO image will have. So we need ISO image, then only we can able to install. So it will be looking like a RAR file, but it's actually image file. Okay, answer. Doesn't require. It will automatically take. It will take few minutes. No need to press enter. Automatically. Okay. Yes, please concentrate here. Don't worry how to download the VMware. Otherwise, I will share one link tomorrow. You can download from the link. You can download the like VMware software from that particular link. Okay, that is my personal link. Okay. Which one? I think you are my old student. Yes. Answer. You are my old student. Yes. Yeah. You missed these classes before. How to install the operating? Yeah. Okay. No issues. You can continue. So please concentrate. So how to download the image file, I will show you. Okay. How to download the VMware also I will show you. If you are unable to download this image file and VMware, I will upload the image file and VMware software into my personal link into the Google Drive. I will share you. You can download from there. Okay. Guys, recording and these all, please try to communicate to the management. Okay. Vipin Kumar. I'm not a concerned person to provide the recordings and these all. So please try to communicate to the concerned person. They will help you. Okay. Okay, so okay. So maybe you'll have some problems. I can able to understand your problem. So try to understand me also. Okay. I doesn't have any access. I'm trying to log in like you people only. So please communicate to the Shamgar and then he's going to assist you. Okay. Okay. So yes, Linux 7.0, and then we have the use during the installation process. Always English only. Okay. So because we'll have different types of languages also, guys. Even if you want, you can select Hindi, Arabic, Urdu, whatever you want, you can select. Okay. See, you will have the n number of the languages. Hindi also will have. Okay. While you try to installing the operating system, you can select any language. Okay. Guys, even we'll have Telugu also. Telugu, Tamil. See here, Tamil, Telugu. So Telugu, Bharat Desham. Okay. Clear. But anyway, in real-time environment, we are not going to use any local languages. So always we are going to use English into real-time environment. Because of that reason, I'm using English only. And then English and the two United States. Maximum projects will get from the United States itself only. Yes, Urdu also will have. Arabic also will have. I think Arabic will have. I don't know Urdu whether will have or not. You can search there, so you will get everything. Okay. Okay, so South Indian languages, North Indian languages, n number of the languages will have. Okay, so you can select according to your requirement. Okay, don't select the like another regional language. Guys, better to select English only. So because we doesn't have any regional language in real-time environment, we are not a Chinese peoples. So Chinese they are going to use their own language, but here we are using English only in our country. Okay, okay, guys. So select United States and then click continue. Click continue. Okay. So see here the installation summary. Installation summary. So coming to installation summary, guys, it's very easy to install, guys, compared to Windows. It's not that much of tough to install the operating system. It's very easy. Okay. Installation summary. Coming to installation summary, we'll have three options here: localization, software, and system. So localization. So coming to localization, we'll have three more options here. One is date and time, keyboard, and language support. Okay, please concentrate. And then so who requires snapshot, please you can. Okay, you can take a snapshot. So installation summary, localization, keyboard, and then language support. Three options we'll have. Okay. So now date and time. So click date and time. So here so inside the date and time, we'll have region and then city. According to India, region is Asia and then city Kolkata. Okay, our time zone city is Kolkata. Okay. So if you want, you can type here. There is no issues. If you know the like map, then directly can click on top of Kolkata. Then you will get Asia Kolkata here. Okay. Next, if you require 24/7 time, you can use 24 hours time. If you require 12 hours time, AM PM time, you can use this AM PM time also. There is no issues. It depends upon your requirement. Okay. And then date you can change. So today date is 27th. Yes, January 27th and 2020, 2021. Okay. And we'll have the one more option, guys. See here, network time. So what is this network time? So why we need this network time? Guys, in real-time environment, the network time is a very important. So, for example, I have the 100 missions into my organization, guys. Okay. So in my legacy environment, I have the 100 missions. Okay. So for 100 missions, as an administrator, can you able to assign the same time for 100 missions? Unique time can you able to assign? Manually, it is possible. It is possible, guys. I have the 100 missions into my network. I need to assign the unique time for 100 missions manually. So it is possible, guys, within a fraction of seconds, along with within a fraction of seconds. So it's not possible. Yes, always it's not possible. Okay. So if it is not possible, how you going to calculate the login times? How you're going to get the services? Some services will have, if you doesn't have this timing synchronization, you won't get. For example, go to the Windows, change the system time, try to access the Google. You won't get. Clear? So we should have the timing synchronization, then only we'll get the some services. Here, for one mission, it's okay. Then we can able to assign the time manually. It's not a problem. So if you're having the hundreds of the mission, it's a bit difficult to us. So here, what we need to do in a sense, in real-time environment, and we are going to deploy one server called NTP, Network Timing Protocol. NTP full form, Network Timing Protocol. So this NTP server, what it will do in a sense, automatically it is going to provide the time to the each and every client emissions in a network. So here we need to provide this NTP server details. That means host name of the NTP server, otherwise IP address of the NTP server. Here we need to provide. But here we doesn't have any NTP server, guys. Okay. And then we need to switch on this. Then this mission, it is going to synchronize with the NTP server. Clear? This mission, it is going to synchronize with the NTP server, and then it's going to get the timing services from the NTP server to the client mission. No need to provide the manual time. Automatically, you will get the time. So you need to change the time for 200 missions. So no need to change the time manually for 200 missions. Just you can change the time into NTP server. Automatically, it is going to synchronize, and automatically it is going to update into the multiple missions at a time. Clear, guys? So how many people do you know 1100 mobile phone? Nokia 1100. Hmm? Feature mobile. How many people you know 1100 mobile? And then long back we are using. So before smart mobiles, we'll have one feature mobile. Yes. How many people you know Docomo? Tata Docomo. Same. Nokia 1100. So Docomo. So before Docomo, how many service providers will have? Airtel will have. At the time, it's not a Vodafone, it's a Hutch. Do you know Hutch? Airtel Hutch Idea. Okay. Yes. Now they change as a Vodafone nowadays. So we are calling Vodafone now. Vodafone also there is no Vodafone nowadays. I think we'll have VI. Yes. Okay. So now, if I'm using this 1100 mobile, if you connect the SIM, Airtel SIM into your 1100 mobile, if you switch on this mobile, we need to provide the time. Yes. Without providing the time, the mobile it won't start. So did you observe? I think you know, you doesn't know. I don't know, but I use this 1100 mobile because of that reason. I'm saying yes, we need to provide the time. Then only the system, like the means the 1100 mobile, it will start. Otherwise, it won't start. Okay, we need to provide the time manually. Date and time both we need to provide manually. Yes, but after coming Docomo, I purchased the Docomo SIM also, guys. After Airtel, and then I convert the Airtel SIM to the Docomo again. Then because the Docomo they are providing the good offers at the time. So I purchased one Docomo SIM also. I insert this Docomo SIM into the 1100 mobile. It is not asking to assign the time. Automatically, it is taking the time and it will start the 1100 mobile. How? Docomo peoples they are maintaining NTP server, network timing protocol services. Automatically, Docomo subscribers they have one unique time. No need to assign manual time. Ah, I hope you got it now. So, like the same way, we are going to deploy these services into our local environment, NTP server. How the Docomo it is providing the timing synchronization for their customers. Like the same way, we are providing the timing synchronization for each and every machine in our local environment. So for that, we need to use this NTP option. At present, doesn't require. We doesn't have any NTP server in our environment in my laptop. Okay. So I hope you're clear, guys. Yeah, I will provide. Don't worry. So wait. So wait for 2 days and then I will provide you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now, so timing, date and time. I think I hope you clear about date and time and keyboard. So keyboard layout according to your requirement, you can use any language keyboard layout. Just you can click plus and you will get the languages. If you want, you can add. But I'm not going to add any languages. US English is enough for me. So please wait few minutes. Then see here, we'll get all the languages here. Depends upon your requirement, you can use the layout. Okay. So now I'm not going to add any layout. Okay. So just I'm using only English and language support already we did. So language support also English and United States only. Okay. So done. So softwares. So coming to software, we'll have two options here. One is installation source. Another one is software selection. So first of all, we'll see installation source. So if you open this installation source, which installation source would you like to use? So keep automatic dated installation media. So better to keep this option. So this image file it got detected. See here, RHEL 7.0 server 64-bit operating system it got detected. If you want, you can verify this image also. No need to verify. My image it is working properly. There is no bugs into my image file. Okay. So guys, remember one thing. In real-time environment, they won't provide any image files. They won't provide any pen drive. They won't provide any DVDs to install the operating system. Okay. So because of security, how we need to install the operating system without image file? We are going to deploy one server called Kickstart services. So in real-time environment, so we'll have Kickstart services. Okay. So Kickstart services will have. So we need to select this option in real-time environment. We are going to boot the system and then we should use this option on the network. Here we need to provide the Kickstart service URL. Mirror list. It is going to repeat the mirror list here on the network. You can use this on the network option and then you can use this image file from through network. But here it doesn't have any Kickstart services. So we doesn't have any PXI boot services. Because of that reason, I'm using auto detected installation media. Automatically, the image file it got detected. Okay, I'm trying to installing the operating. Don't need to change anything inside the installation source, guys. Okay, so no need to change anything inside the installation source. So software selection. So go to the software selection, and guys, by default we'll have minimal installation. By default we'll have minimal installation. So that means basic functionality. So basic functionality. Guys, we won't get any graphical mode. We'll get only CLI mode, and then that too, uh, will have the only few services. We won't get the full-fledged services. So because of that reason, so better to use this option, server with GUI. Better to use this option, server with GUI. Okay, see guys, while you are trying to installing this operating system, it is asking to us what type of server services we need to install along with the installation. So if you select this option, it will become DNS server. If you select this option, it will become email server. Okay, but at present, I'm not installing any services. I'm trying to installing one standalone machine. You can say it's a client machine also. There is no issues. Okay, just select server with GUI and then click done. That's it. Okay, so then installation. So we need to select server with GUI, guys. Most of the people they are going to forward to select the server with GUI. Again, they will ask some questions to me. Sir, I'm not getting any graphical mode. I'm getting only CLI mode. Why? So because if you select the minimal installation, definitely you will get the CLI mode. Okay. And then installation destination. So where I need to install the operating system. While I'm installing while I'm creating the virtual machine, at the time I was given 40 GB space. So this is virtual hard disk space. So VMware virtual hard disk space. SDA is a virtual hard disk, 40 GB. So you need to keep this tick mark on top of this hard disk. Black color tick will have here S. So we need to keep this tick mark. That means we are trying to installing the operating system. So inside this 40 GB hard disk. Okay. Guys, we have two more options here. Automatically configure partitioning. I will configure the partitioning. So if you use automatically configure the partition, okay. So if I use automatically configure the partition, what will happen in the sense? Automatically, this 40 GB space, it is going to make two parts and then we'll install the operating system. We doesn't have the file system in future to create one more partition. Okay. In future, you need to create one more partition since we doesn't have the file system. Total 40 GB it is going to utilize. So because of that reason, what I'm doing in the sense, I'm trying to creating the manual partitioning. I'm creating manual partitioning, guys. Okay. So we should choose this option. I will configure partitioning. So we need to choose this option instead of automatic. Okay. So instead of automatic configure partition, so we should use this option, automatically configure the partition, don't choose. So we should choose, I will configure the partition. Okay. And then done. That's it. Done. Then you'll get one installation summary. So by default, mode point is LVM. So we'll discuss what is LVM while we are discussing about disk management at the time. Don't worry at present. Just you can keep LVM only. Now, guys, three partitions we need to create. So please concentrate. One is root, boot, spam. That's a mandatory partitions. Home is optional. If you want, you can create, or otherwise you can leave it. There is no issues. Okay. If you want, you can create. Otherwise, you can leave it. So let's see here. I'm trying to creating one partition. So use plus. So click plus, then forward slash. This is root. Guys, minimum 2 GB. You can give more than 2 GB. Recommended is 2 GB. I have the 40 GB space now. I'm trying to providing 12 GB space for this root. So 12 GB space. Okay. Guys, minimum 2 GB. Okay, 12 GB. 12 GB we need to provide. Add mount point. See here. The root mount point it got created 12 GB. Okay. Then next. Click plus. Then I'm trying to creating boot. Boot minimum 200 MB. So I'm trying to providing 400 MB. So doesn't require more than 400 MB. So bootable files it is going to store into the slash boot. Okay. Next. Plus swap. Swap is a virtual RAM, guys. So we need to provide equal to RAM or otherwise double up the RAM. So virtual RAM it will support to the physical RAM. So we'll have the 2 GB physical RAM into my virtual machine. So you can give 2 GB or 4 GB, but I'm trying to providing 10 GB, so it will install a little bit quickly. Okay. So 10 GB, but we should provide only in recommended. In real time environment, we need to provide equal to RAM, otherwise double up the RAM. And then one more partition I'm trying to create. It's optional. Home is optional. And I'm providing 8 GB for this. 8 GB for this partition. Home is optional. Okay. If you want, you can create it. Otherwise, you can leave it, guys. There is no issues. Remaining partitions automatically it will be created. So, but I'm trying to creating for home. So home is optional. 8 GB. See, guys, if you observe, home it is coming under data, and this three partition it is coming under system. System is operating system partition. Home is a personal partition. Clear? A personal partition. So I hope you got it. Total 40 GB space we'll have. In this 40 GB, I utilize 30 GB approximately, and remaining 10 GB space will have. Available space 10 GB. This 10 GB I'm going to use in future. So while we are doing the like disk management concepts at a time. Okay? Then done. So I hope you're clear, guys. Done. Then accept changes. Accept changes. That's it. And go to the network and host. Go to network and host. Then switch on this Ethernet. This is my interface. If you're having the internet connection, automatically you will get the one IP address from the DHCP server. And if you want, you can change the host name also. There is no issues. But I'm keeping like localhost local domain only. If you want, you can change like server.example.com, example.com, client.example.com, like this host name you can do. Okay. If you want, you can give your own name also. There is no issues. You can done. So switch on the network and host, and then switch on the network interface, and then done. That's it, guys. Then we need to start the installation, begin installation. And then we should provide the root password. So how many types of user accounts we'll have in our operating system? We'll have two types of user accounts. Okay. Then here we need to provide password for root user, and try to providing the password called RHEL Red Hat. Okay. You can give any password, guys. It's not like this. Done. Then create one user account, normal user. You can create any user. If you want, you can create your name also. There is no issues. I'm trying to creating the user called student. Okay. Student user. You can give any name, guys. If you want, you can give Indra. If you want, you can give Irfan, whatever. If you want, you can give. Okay. I'm trying to providing the password. Done. Done. That's it. We need to wait few minutes. Few minutes means it will take more than 20 minutes. Okay. We doesn't have the much time, I think so. Now. So we'll continue the installation. नहीं होता यार, क्योंकि एक्चुअली ये जो है ना फिर से बैक नहीं ले सकते, क्योंकि इंस्टॉलेशन स्टार्ट हो गया ना। फिर से हाँ, आप लोगों को बताना चाहिए, तो फिर स्टार्टिंग से इंस्टॉलेशन बताना चाहिए, बैक नहीं जा सकते क्योंकि इंस्टॉलेशन स्टार्ट हो गया इस वजह से। ओके, अल्टमाशा समथिंग। ओके, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी इंस्टॉलेशन स्टार्ट हो गया यहाँ पे, सो हम लोग बैक नहीं जा सकते। अगर नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट देने के टाइम पे अगर पूछ के रहते तो अब मैं फिर से आपको पीछे जाके बताता था। आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द लाइक पार्टीशंस वी आर अनेबल टू गो बैक, वी आर अनेबल टू गोइंग बैक. So I was started the installation. The installation process it was started. It will take some time to complete the installation. Okay. What I'm doing in essence, I'm going to pause this installation. Okay. So Irfan having I think snapshots. You can take the snapshot from Mohammed Irfan. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I will share you. I'm sorry. Tomorrow I'm going to share you one link. I'm going to share you. So don't bother about the like VMware and then ISO image. I'm going to share. Don't worry. Okay. So I hope you're clear, guys. So there's a way we need to install. So we'll have 1189 packages. So it should complete. It will take some time. So more than 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. What I'm doing in essence, we doesn't have that much of time today. I'll do one thing. I'm going to pause this installation. Okay. So go to power and then suspend. You'll have the option called suspend. They can suspend. They can resume to. We'll resume this operating system installation tomorrow. We'll have like this. Okay. You can resume tomorrow. Then the installation process it is going to continue. Okay. So I hope you're clear. So today is at 7:30. Because of that reason, I'm going to stop the class. Yes, guys. Do you have any doubts, any questions? Please let me know within a 2 minutes. Then, if you're having any doubts, I will give the answer tomorrow. Sir, one question is Linux and Unix having same kernel? No, guys. So we'll have the different kernel versions. Sachin, okay? We'll have the different kernel versions. So Linux and Unix both are different. Okay? Yes. So any doubts, any questions, guys? What I'm trying to explaining to you people, you're getting or not? Please tell me. Otherwise, I will teach you different way. This is good. You're getting or not? 100 good means I didn't get you, Rahul. Problem in installation. Don't worry. Don't worry. So you're going to install everything. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. So again and again, I'm saying. So if you are unable to understand, so you can ask me. I will repeat again. Windows 7 also supported, but try to install 12 Pro. Rahul. VMware 12 Pro you can install. You're welcome, Ansari. Okay. So VMware 12 Pro you can install. Don't use 15.5 Pro. So better to use 12 Pro. If you're using Windows 7, it will support. Okay. Okay, guys. So I hope you're clear. See you tomorrow. So we'll continue the installation, and after completing the installation, so we'll have the time. So if we have the time, then I will start the like file system hierarchy. So what is the date today? 27th. Because file system hierarchy is a very important chapter. 10 to 20% Linux it depends upon file system hierarchy. Okay. Sidhu, if you having the Oracle VM virtual box, then you can install the operating system into the virtual box. There is no issue, Sidhu. But the virtual box you won't get the like full screen. Okay. See, kernels same means two types of kernel. Already I was giving the information to you people. So we'll have the two types of kernel, mono and the micro. Unix like machines having monokernel, but it having some different versions. Coming to RHEL, we'll have the kernel 3.1.0, sorry, 3.10. I will show you while we are doing the practical session at the time. So I will execute some commands so you can get the like all the kernel versions. So you can able to find out the kernel version into the different operating system. Different kernel versions will have. Okay. You can Vipin. You can live. There is no issues. I'm also. Okay. So okay guys. See you tomorrow for Oracle VM. Sai. Chiruvuri L Sai. LM Sai. What you're asking, I'm unable to understand. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to share the PDF to Raksham and then he's going to provide you the course content. Okay, Rahul. So manipulated means, so if you having the operating system, definitely we should have the kernel. Without kernel is the operating system, guys. This is only like the presentation. What we are trying to executing the command and these all that's only presentation. The main work who will do in this is kernel only will do. Okay. Without kernel, there is no operating system. Okay, so see you tomorrow. Is there any requirement to install shell? If not, then by default, when you are installing the operating system, will have the shell Sachin. Without shell environment, there is no operating system. By default, in RHEL 7.0, by default, will have the bash shell. While I'm trying to teaching the scripting at the time, how to verify the shells and everything, I will show you. Don't worry. How many types of shells it is going to support and these all. Bash shell only. Bash shell scripting I'm going to teach you. Okay. So same kernel we doesn't have, guys. As per my knowledge, I think like Ubuntu having some different kernel and then Linux having a different kernel. Because vendors are different, no? Different vendors will have. Ubuntu vendor is a different and RHEL vendor, Red Hat and vendor is a different. So how they have the same kernel version? Got it? Okay. So okay, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye. Take care. Yeah, Allah Hafiz Irfan.